Hi, this is Paul Alcorn with Tweaktown. We're here at Flash Memory Summit 2013, and right now we have with us is Lenny Sharpe. He's the Director of Product Marketing for mobile applications at HSGT. So how's it going, Lenny?
Good, Paul. Really good show. Very interesting. Met a lot of people, some new faces, and some old contacts as well. So it's been really good for us.
Excellent. You know, right now we're hearing a lot of discussion around, you know, the different types of mobile applications that people can use and the different types of solutions that they can use to accelerate workloads and, you know, just basically increase the user experience for laptops and ultra mobiles and things of that nature. What is HSGT's take on this?
Well, you know, it's interesting with the introduction of the Ultrabook by Intel. Now it's been about 2.5 years ago. It was good because it really did introduce storage performance into the conversation. And, you know, they've had some success with that platform, but, you know, I think more importantly, it's just sensitize the user to how they might improve their mobile experience with the addition of some, you know, performance enhancement. And, you know, so I think, you know, it's like I said, opened up a good dialogue. The question then is really finding the right balance between price and performance that will meet the user needs, but meet the price point that the market is looking for as well.
Absolutely, because in a way, the Ultrabook market is looking to simulate almost a cell phone type experience. You have instant on, you have instant resumption from sleep, and the user goes about their daily tasks with no interruption to their workflow. They can pick it up and put it down and pick it back up, and it's just as fast and responsive from day one. So we've seen a number of different solutions that address this type of space. We're seeing right now the two main contenders that have, you know, risen to the top is we have single drive solutions with basically caching hard disk drives that have a very small amount of NAND, and they use some clever algorithms and different methods to accelerate the workloads, and it's all in one device with, you know, the hard disk drive and the NAND together. Now there is another type of solution where you have two devices. You have a hard disk drive and a NAND device, which is usually a separate drive that's used to accelerate the data on the hard disk drive. So what would you think would be the pros and cons of these two types of solutions?
Yeah, so, you know, on one hand, there is an advantage, and we don't deny this, of the single slot solution, and a lot of our OEMs are really drawn to that. But with that, simplicity also is sort of a built-in lack of flexibility. And so what we've been doing is we've really, you know, been promoting the dual drive alternative or the dual drive approach. So again, that separate SSD cache with a separate HDD, and the benefits of that are, you know, quite numerous. But again, the flexibility of essentially picking the best of breed solution in each category. And in that case, they're all standard products. One thing that we've noticed is in the hybrid solutions or SSHD solutions that our industry has offered, you really have very distinct architecture. So no supplier is supplying the same solution as another supplier. So the consumer or the OEM has to then try to pick and choose from very different kinds of solutions. Yeah. With a dual drive, they can basically create their own solution that's optimized for the application.
Absolutely. You know, a big drawback of SSHDs and, you know, caching hard disk drives is as time goes, they need to, you know, there will be more capacity as time goes and it becomes denser. But right now, you know, you're looking at a maximum of 8 gigabytes of cache. And with dual drive solutions, you can do 32, 64. So potentially the sky's the limit. So there is a lot more cache and bang for your buck with these type of applications.
Well, in addition to the flexibility, we found that even with an equivalent cache, so we've tested cache sizes all the way down to the same 8 gig that's on the SSHD, and we found that with equivalent cache sizes, that the dual drive solution outperforms the hybrid drive or SSHD. And given the fact that you're making this decision for performance reasons, we think it's just prudent to pick a solution that actually delivers the highest performance. And when you think about it, in a dual drive solution, you've got two separate SATA interfaces to the two storage elements, and then that caching is being managed by an intelligent software layer that really understands the file structure and the applications and the usage. And you have the full resources of the CPU, the CPU, the DRAM, to manage that caching. In the case of a SSHD, it's efficient, but it's literally just the SoC for the hard drive and a small amount of memory, and that's got to then somehow manage this very complicated caching algorithm. So, I mean, we think there's, like I said, some pros and cons, but we've been focused on the dual drive solution. And I just want to add one more thing though, because I think a lot of people have considered SSHD as a replacement for 7200 RPM hard drives.
Correct.
Because in the past there was two tiers of performance, 5400 and 72. And SSHD does deliver a higher level of performance. But what we found is that it's not an either or, it's really both and, because you can combine either a 5400 RPM hard drive with a separate cache for low cost reasons.
Absolutely.
Or you can combine a 7200 RPM hard drive with a small cache and get even higher performance.
Absolutely.
So again, that flexibility and of mixing and matching that I talked about, that's really a good example of how you can leverage that.
And that's a good point, because regardless of how efficient your caching algorithms or your system is, be it dual drive or single drive, eventually you're going to get a cache miss. And when you get a cache miss, you're operating at the speed of that hard disk drive. And 5400 RPM is traditionally used for backup and things of that nature. It's not really used as a performance type tier. So having that flexibility of deciding, do I want to use a 5400 RPM or a 7200 RPM, is definitely one of the big pros for dual drive solutions.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, Lenny, I appreciate you stopping by and having a chat with us.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah.